Hello, it is Saturday, September 13th, 2025. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Saturday crossword today, so it's time to solve what might be a tricky crossword, a particularly tricky one. In fact, I've been warned that today is a tough crossword, particularly in contrast to yesterday's, I think, reasonably approachable Friday themeless. It's a Saturday themeless crossword, and it might be the trickiest puzzle of the week. It looks like a fairly open grid, and that those things sometimes go together. We'll find out soon enough. Today's possibly tricky edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Overfull Hitbox, Jake Rodkin, and, as always, the indomitable Shoalmaster and the indefinable Charlie Paget. Thank you so much to the four of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign. Their generous support, of course, keeps this channel going, sustains this series, and for that, I'm very grateful. Thank you so much to the four of them and to everybody who supports the channel via Patreon. If you'd like to do so yourself, you can head over to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the description field link, where you'll find bonus videos available to patrons. And for benefactors like those I've just mentioned, there's the Let's Check the Crosses official mug as well. Thank you to everybody who supports the channel in that manner. All right, let's get on to today's crossword, which is, I believe, a debut puzzle by Alex Jang. So welcome to Alex. It's, as I said, a Saturday themeless crossword. It could well be a tricky one, and it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. Let's start solving. Wow, whoa, this really is a very open grid. Look at this. We've got two, as they're called, triple stacks, full grid-spanning answers. This is a somewhat daunting-looking grid, I have to say. Students' plan. I don't have a sense of that yet. I don't know, something like curriculum or area of study or something. I don't know. Hollow of a sort. I mean, this could be a noun or a verb. Actor Kieran of Succession, Kieran Culkin, that at least I could put in. A great, weird performance. Found darling. If you found something darling, you ate up or adored, maybe? I don't know if that's quite right. Let's see. The 21,728th page of 1989's 20-volume Oxford English Dictionary. Is it the word, is it end? Is it the end? Oh, what a bizarre clue. Hollow of a sort. Contests. Well, no, it could be contests. So yeah, once again, this could be a noun or a verb. So it could be vie, as in vies for control, contests. Not sure. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is looking like it's maybe right. Gumbo ingredients could be okra. So okra is a common ingredient in gumbo, the vegetable okra. Sort of habitat in a bottle garden. I guess this could still be a different word. Ending with red wouldn't be very surprising for a past tense verb. Sort of habitat in a bottle garden. I don't know, some kind of moss thing? I don't really know what I'm looking for there. Italian pianist who composed the scores for Nomadland and The Father. I have no idea. Oof, I wonder if I'll even recognize this person. Hollow of a sort, an alcove, perhaps, in, a kitchen, maybe. Okay, so I think this is the end of this. Why is it the 1980? Why is it the 1989 edition in particular? What on earth? Okay, anyway, sort of habitat in a bottle garden. Clover something? I don't know. South Asian crepes. Dosas? Dosas are sort of very big, thin, kind of pancakes. Let's see. Students' plan. Academic something. What are ahead of their times? ETAs? Estimated times of arrival? I don't think that's right. I don't think it's right in terms of the sort of pun and definition, but it's also worth noting, I particularly don't think it's correct because times is in the clue and estimated times of arrival would be in the answer, even in abbreviated form. And I just don't think you'd have that kind of doubling up. Prefix with point. Midpoint, that's a word. Oh, Ludovico. I think I maybe have seen this person credited for film scores. I couldn't tell you. I'm absolutely not going to remember their surname, but I'll have to see it and then maybe recognize it. But I do think I've seen this name before. Unfortunately, it's not going to help me more than that for now. What are ahead of their times? Eves, right. Okay, so we had an Eve clue yesterday as well, I think. But for instance, New Year's Eve is ahead of the time of New Year's. Much of a comet typically is ice. Yep, basically balls of ice. Sort of habitat in a bottle garden. Closed ecology, closed sort of habitat, a closed environment, ecology. What are we looking for? What word? What word? It's going to be another eco word. What is it? I can't think. That's infuriating. Okay. You and me both. Not sure. The solution referred to in Sherlock Holmes' 7% solution. Is it cocaine? Yeah, I mean, Sherlock Holmes did use cocaine. So that's probably it. Top. The Acme, the very top. You and me both. Stopped lying, say. Jet black stone, onyx. I think this might be right. Oh, the topic's apex. Okay, yeah, that's better than Acme for top specifically. Okay, so jet black stone is onyx. So does that make this look any better? You and me both. Huh? I don't know. Stopped lying. Say probably ends with an S. It could be rises. It could be stopped lying down. Let's see if that. Oh, closed ecosystem. That is the word. Oh wait, no. No. Oh no. There we go. Okay, that's the word I was trying to think of. For some reason, I couldn't think of the word ecosystem. That is so bizarre. But yes, closed ecosystem is what I was looking for in a bottle garden. It's completely closed. All right. You and me both. I don't know. Students plan academic progress. That's too long. Academic program. There we go. That's what it is. You and me both. Proper? Doesn't make any sense. Don't know. Much of Jupiter is gas. Jupiter's a gas giant. Vegetable also called a Swedish turnip, a rutabaga. Is it spelled this way, I think, maybe? Some baseball stats. RBIs, there we go. It's the baseball stat I know. I mean, no, in the sense that I recognize that it is one. I couldn't tell you much about it. Batman is to Bruce as Wonder Woman is to... Oh, right. Okay, so these are the sort of non-superhero identities, alter egos of these characters. Batman is to Bruce. What? Is it Diana? Is it Diane or Diana? It's one of those. Pink flowered tree. Is it a mimosa? Is that a tree? California's Blanc Nuevo State Park. I don't know, actually. DNA compound whose name includes the letters D, N, and A. We've got the N, or at least we have at least one N. Oh, and we have the A as well, of course. It starts it. So we need to get a D in here somehow. Adenine? Is that something? Ludovico. Oh, is it Reno? It's probably not pronounced that way in Italian, but I wonder if it's a name of French origin. You and me both. I don't know. I'm worried to put that in until I have more crosses because I'm not completely certain about it at all. Oh, maybe it ends with an I. Maybe it is. Maybe this is mimosa. Ending with an I would make sense for an Italian name. Okay, let's see. Let's try mimosa. Is that a tree? It might be. California's Ano Nuevo State Park, New Year. DNA compound. Adenine or something. I don't know. I'm going to leave that for now because these are two. I'm not 100% certain about either of those. Place for driving. The range, the golf range. Okay, well, we need the D in here, so actually I think this is likely to be a D at that point. Rinaldi, could that be it? You and me both. Pronouns? You and me, they're both pronouns. I don't know. Contents of Pandora's box. Evils, the sort of evils of the world. Oh, people. Right. You and me both are people. That's funny. Okay, well, there we go. Good. Bad way to make a group decision. As one or alone? Would be bad to make it a group decision alone. Who would you be in France? Vous. You'd be vous if you were being addressed in the formal sort of tone. Basketball Hall of Famer Baylor. I don't know. What about this? Stray. I don't know about that either. Fine. I'm not sure. Okay, what about this? Watermelon detritus. Rinds of the watermelon. MX5 and CX50 maker. A Mazda. Out of it. If you're out of it, you're dazed. Instant ramen, maybe? Food? Could it? Great volumes are tomes, great volumes in the sense of books, such as the 1989 20-volume Oxford English Dictionary. That would be a series of tomes. Home to the Abbey Aldrich Rockefeller Sculpture Garden in brief. I have no idea. Rounded in a way, don't know that either. Like about 4% of the citizens of Kansas. I'm not sure. Origin of the Tale of Genji, considered by many to be the world's first novel, Japan. So does that give me this? What is this? Home to the Abbey Aldrich Rockefeller Sculpture Garden. Why can I not? Oh, is it MoMA? Is it the Museum of Modern Art in New York? Rounded in a way. I'm not sure. Like about 4% of the citizens of Kansas. Oh, Topeka, maybe? Topeka, Kansas? That's, yeah. Perhaps 1 out of every 25 Kansans lives in Topeka. Rounded in a way. Domed, right. Something domed is rounded on the top. Salsas, e.g., are dances, right. I was thinking sauces at first, but not in this case. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. A1? Like it's great? It's really good? Could be. Let's see. Tilt. Jolt or... Oh, to joust, right. When knights joust with one another, they tilt. That's what that's, you refer to, that's... Is that because they kind of... I don't know if that's because they kind of physically tilt towards one another or if there's some other etymological reason for that. But anyway, that is... You do hear that used when talking about kind of medieval knights having a jousting tournament. Anyway, yours in... Well, to rhyme, yours and tours, or yours and tours in French. So... would be à toi, literally to you or belonging to you, yours. Okay, so we've sort of painted this diagonal swath through the grid, so let's see if that gives us anything in these long acrosses. Pooped, all tuckered out, or something tuckered out? If you're very tired, whoops. Not sure. What about this? Completely at ease. Not sure. I mean, duh. Something, it's not hard or something? I don't know. Blank beso. Eso beso. That's a song, isn't it? Let's see. What about this? Unprocessed, raw. So, I don't know, raw sugar or something. Whose business is just around the block? Just around the block. Lego? As in, it's around, it has to do with blocks, Lego bricks, blocks? I'm not sure. I mean, duh. It's no wonder. Well, it's no wonder, something like that. Chemistry class unit, abbreviation. Not sure. I'm going to delete that. That's a bit speculative. What about over here? Blank test, home inspection compound, radon test? Maybe? Yeah, you could test for radon in a home. Let's see. Mountain West Campus City. I don't know. Reno? I have no idea. Beer alternative to a 38 down. Well, a beer could be, a type of beer could be a lager. Oh, so a porter is a different, it's a different style of beer. Very different, I guess, in this case. Okay, so we've got a porter and a lager, two beer alternatives crossing one another. No acting up. Be good, I guess a parent might tell a child. Like paper napkins, they're um I don't know. Oh, they're one use. One use. You don't reuse a paper napkin most of the time. Okay, so jazz form is bop. Yep, there we go. That is a subgenre of jazz. And I think we've looked at all the other crosses down here. I don't see anything else. Okay, great. So something as a goose, completely at ease. Oh, as loose as a goose. Yep, there we go. And then chemistry class unit, still not sure about. Oh, maybe, no, I was going to say volume, but that's not a unit, that's a measurement. Mole? Is that? Maybe. The poop could be plumb tuckered out. Maybe that is right. Okay, boy, I haven't thought about moles, the unit, in a while. Let's see. Soft yellow fruit. Yeah, okay, I think this is right. Pawpaw is a soft yellow fruit. And so, yeah, that does look like, well, it's no wonder. There we go. So, what's the alternative? What about this one? Former Australian Prime Minister Malcolm. Turnbull. Malcolm Turnbull is a former Australian Prime Minister. Okay, so a network is a web, an interlinked series of nodes. Botanical bristles are, don't know that one offhand. Awns? Like, is that something? Like, what am I thinking of? Of like barley, like something like that? I'm not sure if that's right. What's the alternative? How else? Maybe that is right. Maybe that is right. Octet on a chessboard. Yeah, octet of pawns. There are 8 of them. I mean, this would have just ended with an S anyway, but it doesn't disprove this. Petunia's partner in cartoons. Porn. Okay, well, maybe I do have something wrong. Octet on a chessboard. It's got to be pawns, surely, right? Turnbull, that's right. How else? No, this is wrong. What am I getting wrong about the octet on a chessboard? I mean, I guess there are 16 pawns on a chessboard, but what are there 8 of? It's pawns. I'm confused. I must be thinking about this incorrectly. Maybe rows or columns? There are 8 of each of those. Province in the name of many Chinese restaurants. The reason I deleted that is because this is Hunan. That's definitely right. Starting with HO anyway, I presume it is right. Basketball Hall of Famer Baylor, I have no idea. Fine. Not sure. Okay. Stray. Rolled chip brand from Mexico. I don't know. Could it be something like Toros or something? I don't know. Octet on a chessboard. What am I? This is ridiculous that I can't seem to infer this. What are there 8 of other than pawns per side? I'm really baffled by this. This must be screamingly obvious, and for some reason I can't see it. Is this HUW maybe? No, province are the names of many Chinese restaurants. It's got to be Hunan. Okay. Petunia's partner in cartoons. I don't know what this is. Oh, no, Porky Pig. Oh, is it ranks? Yes, okay. So I was sort of correct about saying, what did I say, rows and columns? But it's not rows and columns. It's ranks and what? Is it rank and file, or is it? I might be just mixing up terms. I don't know, but this is definitely ranks. That's definitely correct. Okay, good. I'm glad that finally came to mind. So fine is, I don't know. Rolled chip brand from Mexico. I'm not sure about that either. Stray. Rogue. Right. Okay. If you're a kind of stray actor, you're like a rogue actor. You're going beyond your brief. Basketball Hall of Famer Baylor. Looks like Elgin, maybe. I don't know the person in question. Elgin reminds me of the Elgin marbles. Rolled chip brand from Mexico. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, maybe I do know. I remember there was a puzzle maybe 6 months ago, I don't quite remember exactly, in which, oh no, maybe it was a connections puzzle, and tackies was something, and I'd never heard of it before, and I still have not heard of it outside of the context of that one puzzle, but I remember everyone saying, oh, if you still lived in the United States, you'd recognize tackies because they're everywhere or something. Yeah, that was a snack thing. I bet that's what this is. So this would be Elgin, and then fine would be A-OK. Yeah, I bet that's right. Let's find out. It is. Okay, so that was interesting. That was a tricky puzzle, but I think I was kind of on its wavelength nonetheless. So I was on yesterday's puzzle's wavelength, I believe, as well, but it was a more approachable puzzle, so I went through it ultimately more quickly after an initial tricky start. Today, I kind of feel like I was also in the groove with this. It was just more difficult, so I faced more resistance and did the whole thing more slowly, for sure. It was a trickier puzzle, and I did have a trickier time solving it. Nonetheless, I kind of think I was. So here's Ludovico Einaudi. So yeah, I honestly have to be, being honest, I don't recognize the surname, but I definitely know that I've seen this composer's name before. I'm certain I have, as a modern film composer with an obviously Italian name. And so it did help me get Ludovico. This is, I guess, an example of what I mean by saying I was kind of on this puzzle's wavelength, even though it was trickier. I didn't actually know this answer, but I sort of had encountered it nonetheless. And so there was just something in my memory that helped me out a little bit, but not completely. And that was sort of happening throughout. I mean, closed ecosystem, this was a case where I definitely 100% knew this word and yet couldn't summon it. Yeah, but all in all, and awns, I mean, this thing about sort of botanical bristles, this is something to do with, I think, the beard of barley or something like that is what an awn is. But so again, it's sort of in my head somewhere, but it's obviously not vocabulary I'm using on a daily or even monthly or yearly basis. So it wasn't exactly to hand necessarily, but it was in there. And then plum tuckered out, as loose as a goose. Well, it's no wonder. I mean, these sort of came to me with enough crosses, I guess. Yeah, what an interesting puzzle. I think for me, this was kind of an ideal Saturday, I think. It was putting up resistance throughout, but I was rarely in a state in which I just could not make progress and was absolutely stumped. So yeah, I think I really enjoyed this as a Saturday. Let me know how you fared with this one in the comments or the Daily Solve Discord chat server. A nice friendly chat community linked in the description field. Be curious to hear how other people managed with this one, especially because I was warned by someone before I started. This was a tough one today. All right, well, there we go. That was the Saturday. I'll be back tomorrow, of course, for the Sunday crossword. A big grid should be a bit more approachable than this, and it will have a theme. If you've been enjoying these videos, do consider subscribing to the channel on YouTube. There's also, apparently for some people, a hype button on the channel, so consider clicking that if you've got it available. Anyway, hope you join me tomorrow for the Sunday crossword. Until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Saturday. Take care.